Hello, my name is Keitaro Harada. I am your conductor for the November 11 Masterwork Series at the MUZA Symphony Hall with the wonderful Tokyo Symphony Orchestra. My relationship with Tokyo Symphony Orchestra started about 2 years ago when I made the debut with the orchestra. And since the debut, I've had the honor and privilege to work with this wonderful ensemble in various occasions with various repertoire. And it has been wonderful because I've had the opportunity to learn the orchestra as a sort of a family member. I know what they like and then what kind of music that they have in passion and what they're capable of. And the Tokyo Symphony Orchestra especially is a versatile orchestra. It can play the romantic, it can play the contemporary, and it can also play the Baroque and the classical. So for me, programming for this concert was such a joy because I could try to figure out what is the best fit to make this orchestra sound great. And I'll talk a little bit more about the repertoire later in this video. I'm very honored to make my debut at MUZA Symphony Hall, which is a concert hall that I'm actually very familiar because I was born in Shinagawa and I've been to this concert hall just countless times. And most recently, I went to the Masterwork series of the Stravinsky concert and sat in a wonderful seat where I could hear all the colors of the orchestra. And I think that is the most beautiful part about this concert hall, that it has its capability and it has this wonderful surround sound that you could sit anywhere and have the depth and the warmth of the orchestra just surround you. And that, having this concert hall in mind, was also a key point in programming for the November concert. I'm currently the associate conductor for the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra, where I've resided in America since I was 17, but I did my conducting training in Russia. So I have a mix of born in Tokyo, but trained in Russia, lived in Europe, and then also currently reside in America. And being a conductor in America, you really have to be able to conduct a lot of different repertoire. It's not just the classical, but it's also the pops, and I've also had the opportunity to work with John Williams, so I know a lot of the movie music. That all together was sort of my concept for the November 11 concert, which is a Kanpai to America. And the beauty about this concert is it first starts with J.Adams. J.Adams is probably the pinnacle of the minimalist composer. He is the height of the minimalistic movement. And this composition in 1980s, the Short Ride in Fast Machine, is filled with the most crazy orchestral color. It's not just the orchestra sound, but it also includes synthesizers. And so it is a perfect occasion for MUZA Symphony Hall because this music is capable of just expanding and just exploding through the concert hall. And it is a sound that probably the audience of MUZA have not heard before. And even this orchestra, the Tokyo Symphony Orchestra, has not played the Short Ride in a Fast Machine recently, so it's also a new challenge for them, but it's a healthy challenge because this orchestra is always ready to do something new with me, and so this is the reason why I chose J.Adams. Following J.Adams, Mayu Kishima is going to be performing the Korngold Concerto, and the reason why I chose the Korngold Concerto is because this concerto is a mix of 3 wonderful Hollywood movies. Korngold was a Viennese composer who came from Vienna, and when he was born and trained in Vienna, Gustav Mahler and Richard Strauss said, "You are a genius." Even Mahler really met Korngold and said, "You're an amazing musician. I've never met someone like you." This is such a it's such an honor to be praised as a genius from Mahler and Strauss. And so his music is operatic. His music is the romantic of the late 1800s, the early 1900s. And so he comes to America and then becomes a film composer because that was the time period where Hollywood had just started from the silent film into the music of movie with music. And so his music is all symphonic, but it was used in movies. So what happened was in this violin concerto, he took 3 movies from 1930s, which was a huge hit during that era, and chose the beautiful melodies of the 3 movies, combined it into one, and it became this violin concerto by Korngold. It is, if you don't know the Korngold concerto, you're gonna sit there and be surrounded by this lush orchestral sound, and it's very, very Hollywood. And Mayu is a fantastic violinist, a dear friend of mine, and so she is able to just create and take us back to the 1930s sound. After intermission, we have Dvořák. Now, you think it's American program, Dvořák's New World Symphony will be a good fit, but I chose specifically not to do the New World Symphony because I wanted to do the Symphony number 8. The reason why is because Dvořák came to the United States with his family and completely changed the composition world in America. He came and brought his Czech influence, and all the composers in America has since been influenced by Dvořák. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to honor his Czech root and his composer as a Czech composer and do his symphony, his last symphony that he wrote in Czech, because that is his identity. And then this is a really wonderful, beautiful symphony by Dvořák number 8, which reminds you of the Dvořák cello concerto. It starts with this lush cello music, and it ends with a huge fanfare with the brass. So it is a cheers to America, Dvořák, J.Adams, Korngold, and it will be a concert that is just filled with smile and very Americana, so I hope you enjoy. Concert is November 11 at MUZA Symphony Hall, and I cannot wait to see you, and thank you so much for watching this video.